Well, Rick and Sharon, we're going to take you straight to radar, getting a look at the big picture tonight. You'll see right here just a little bit of rain and snow left over. Let's zoom in and see the problem spots tonight. You're going to see snow right there over spots like Wrightwood in the San Bernardino County Mountains, Riverside County Mountains. We're dealing with snow, and those snow levels dropping very low to about 2,000 feet. So we could potentially even see snow on the valley floor tonight. Dealing with snow all along the 173, the 18, the 38, a little bit of rain snow mix as well. That's what that pink is on your screen. The white indicating snow and green, of course, just indicating some light rain. As we take you up toward the Grapevine, it was a problem spot earlier today. We saw rain, hail, snow, and now, well, we're looking at much drier conditions, not ruling out the chance of an overnight flurry, but you'll see mostly everything starting to move to the south and to the east as well. As we get a look to our south, that's where most of the activity has really been taking place over the last couple of hours as we make our way down towards South Orange County into San Diego. Saw some rotating cells near San Clemente earlier today. Also even saw a rotating cell right over the water in Huntington Beach. Hopefully we'll get you that video coming up in a little bit. Very impressive stuff. You'll see several advisories out there this evening. Wind advisories indicated by the yellow on your screen. Winter storm advisories right there, and winter storm warnings as well. So we're going to have more coming up on what you can expect over the next few hours and, of course, over the next few days. And we do want to talk about rain totals, snow totals. Very impressive. All of that coming up, so don't go away. Sharon, back to you.
All right. It was downright cold today, and still is cold.
Yes, exactly.
Freezing.
47 degrees actually right here at the broadcast center in Studio City. But the wind chill factor kicked in some spots because temperatures got down into the low 40s, and that's when wind chill factor actually counts.
All right.
Okay. So it was very impressive. Very cold conditions. We saw snow up to a foot in some spots. A few inches. We got an inch in the Grapevine, which was enough to shut it down earlier today. And as we know, it has since reopened, so that's a good thing. We're watching out for ice. That's another thing as we head into the morning hours.
Ice,
yes,
right?
exactly. It's going to be that cold. And we're looking at icy conditions, especially in the valleys. That's where we could see very icy conditions. This is a shot we usually get from our Mount Wilson camera after it snows. We got a few inches up in Mount Wilson. We actually have your snow totals and your rain totals coming up for you in just a little bit. Very foggy conditions up there as well, and very cool conditions as well, of course. So again, we did see some snow up on Mount Wilson earlier today, and we did see some snow on, well, plenty of mountaintops all across Southern California. In fact, still looking at snow right now on radar. Take a look at all of that white on your screen. It's indicating snow, the pink indicating the rain-snow mix, and green on your screen indicating just light leftover showers. Let's zoom in right there, and you're going to see Wrightwood. You're still getting snow all along the 18 and the 38 and the 173 as well. We're dealing with snowy conditions. So again, still coming down pretty hard there along the Grapevine, which was a problem spot earlier today. Just zooming in now to show you that things have started to clear out, hence why the Grapevine has since reopened. You'll see right here a little bit of snow and a little bit of rain sitting to our east, sitting to our south. Still looking at some severe cells, but again, they're already starting to move into San Diego County. Did see some severe cells over Orange County and over the water as well. Saw a little bit of rotation over San Clemente earlier today, and we did see actually a funnel cloud just off the coast of Huntington Beach. You'll see advisories out there. Winter weather advisory in store. That wind advisory actually expiring right here for parts of the mountains, for the LA County Mountains, the Ventura County Mountains. Still looks like we've got a wind advisory in effect for the basin, the coast right there, and for most of our local mountains, along with a winter storm warning as well. No surprise because we're still looking at, well, stormy conditions in some spots. Take a look right here along the Grapevine. Winds have calmed down. They're very windy earlier today. We're going to go over those winds in just a second. You'll see 22-mile-an-hour sustained winds right now in San Pedro. Rainfall totals very impressive from earlier today, just under half an inch for Riverside. Claremont, just about a quarter of an inch, and just under a third of an inch for Santa Ana. We're going to have those snowfall totals and the peak wind gusts from earlier today actually coming up in a little bit. We're just going to have to jump ahead to the 5-day forecast. We'll take you up to the mountains where it's clear pretty much all week long. Very pleasant conditions, 30s, 40s, close to 50 by Saturday. But we did get a decent amount of fresh powder, especially in the resort locations. So we'll have more on that, of course, and more 5-day forecasts coming up for you in just a little bit. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
Trace.
Yeah, exactly. A trace. Good job. Yes.
I got that from you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're learning. Yes, it was really spotty today. So some of you got a trace, maybe nothing at all. And others, well, up to half an inch or 3/4 of an inch of rain. So we're going to show you exactly how much we got and where coming up in just a minute. We're taking you outside right now to the Santa Monica Pier. It's a little choppy outside. And, well, Doesn't look like there's a lot of people out and about tonight. I don't blame you. It's cold and, well, it's not as wet as it was, but it's starting to dry out. You're going to see temperature-wise, we're at 47 degrees, and that's right here at the Broadcast Center in Studio City. We're still dealing with snow in the San Bernardino and Riverside County mountains, a few leftover raindrops, and, well, the Grapevine actually looking a lot clearer compared to where we were earlier today. Along the 18, the 173, still dumping snow-wise, still looking at a little bit of rain-snow mix and a little bit of rain outside of the area as well. So, again, we're just looking at leftovers at this point. Most of the rain pushing on south toward, well, San Diego County right there. So we did see some severe weather earlier today. We even saw a few funnels over the water, actually. A report over Huntington Beach and San Clemente. We saw a little bit of rotation there earlier. Things have since calmed down. We're still looking at, well, a winter weather advisory, winter storm warning, and I do want to mention frosty conditions. Looks like a frost advisory just kicking in. So we'll have the details on that coming up in just a little bit. You'll see still windy conditions, especially along the coast. 20+ mile-an-hour sustained winds, meaning wind gusts are around 30-40 miles an hour, and these are your peak wind gusts. From earlier this afternoon, we saw 36-mile-an-hour wind gusts in Topanga Hills, Newhall Pass at 36 miles an hour, Camp 9 at 40, and Sandburg 39 miles an hour. And you'll see rain totals. Take a look at this. Under half an inch for Riverside. Torrance, just over 1/10 of an inch. Saw a pretty good downpour in Torrance earlier today. Pasadena, just under 1/4 of an inch. Claremont, just about 1/4 of an inch. And Santa Ana, just under 1/3 of an inch of rain from earlier today. So pretty impressive numbers and pretty impressive snowfall totals. Mount Wilson, couple inches. The Grapevine at 1 inch, enough to close it down earlier today. Big Bear Lake, 1 foot. And I will tell you, Snow Summit, you got up to 14 inches. So that's great news for all you skiers and boarders out there. And Big Pines, between 4 and 5 inches falling earlier today. And again, we're not out of the woods yet. Still looking at some leftover snow into the overnight hours. So we'll tell you where. We'll tell you how low those snow levels are going to go as well. That's all coming up in just a little bit. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
All right.
And still dealing with a few leftover drops and showers out there, and snow levels dropping very low. We'll have all the answers, and, well, we'll have your whole forecast coming up. Oh, absolutely. It's nice for a change. It's certainly very different than what we've been used to the last few days. Completely different, but we're kind of going back into that pattern pretty soon here. Until then, still dealing with a few residual showers, snow showers, flurries, all of that still happening out there right now. We're going to show you radar in a minute. We're taking you outside to LAX this evening, where we are looking at much clearer and much drier conditions. LAX really didn't get too much today in the way of rain, just about a trace. Some spots barely got anything at all, but others got up to even 3/4 plus an inch of rain right there. We're still dealing with snow and still dealing with rain as well in the forecast right now. We do want to zoom in on those spots, and you're going to see all along Highway 18, the 173 right there, and even the 15 does look like we're dealing with some rain and rain-snow mix as well. And zooming out, actually zooming to our south, that's where pretty much everything we saw earlier went, sitting over San Diego County. So at this point, again, starting to exit the forecast. We are looking at a winter weather advisory, winter storm warning, a frost advisory, a wind advisory, lots of advisories to speak of this evening. And frost is really the big thing as we head into the overnight hours. We are expecting very cold conditions and frost forming in wind-protected areas, mainly into our interior valleys right there. Winds in the double digits right now, 21-mile-an-hour sustained wind speeds in San Pedro. And again, as we mentioned earlier, we're still on storm watch. There are some leftover showers out. Certainly leftover snow showers, snow levels dropping very low, that cold air filtering in and dropping those snow levels down to about 2,000 feet. Accumulations around 2,000 feet, maybe a matter of inches. Again, the Grapevine already got 1 inch or so. Of course, you're above 2,000 feet there. But again, we are expecting snow to drop possibly down to maybe even the valley floor. Tomorrow, patchy morning ice, as we mentioned. We do have that frost advisory that just went into effect and is going to be staying in effect through the morning hours. So by tomorrow, we're looking at much more sunshine. We're not looking at warmer conditions until about maybe Friday or so. Maybe a chance of a shower as we head into the later part of the week as well. But for the most part, we are looking at dry conditions and pretty much mild conditions as we head into the weekend. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
All right, Ev.